Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video I wanted to share my Supreme Arena defenses with you all because I changed them yesterday around 12 hours ago. And since then I've gotten massive defense successes which I've never seen before on my account, and I took the inspiration from these defenses from another top player on our district called KaiitZ, who, because I found his defenses, he was in the top 5, I tried attacking him, and I ended up losing to 2 of them. And that got me thinking that, okay, let's try a version of these defenses, maybe they will do really well. And I'm gonna show my defenses and kind of maybe speculate why I think they do so well in this Supreme Arena formations. So, what I did was, I tried to use the hidden tiles as much as possible and hiding the key priority targets, because I noticed when I would have, for example, Coco outside of the invisibility tabs, then she will get targeted by like a Valor or something, and the opponent knows exactly how to position. But when I have a position like this, they don't know where my priority targets are. People are less likely going to use Vala then if this is all they see. And usually the key counter to the Mauler comps is a Vala. So I tried this. We have the cascade spell so that Coco can get off her ultimate as quickly as possible, because that can allow your team to just buy a little bit more time to finish off some key opponents before you take that extra damage. And it's really, really important. And Brutus plus Shakir is such an insane combo. Brutus will tank most of the aggro and Shakir will buff him up, reducing his damage taken and increasing his haste. And then you have Odie firing off in the back trying to kill the key targets, and Smokey for the sustain. So I really like this as a Mauler team, and this is also a pretty early game team you can try and run. If you don't have a well built up Shakir, you can definitely put in Entendre or something here, and definitely you could even try Entendre in the back to try and take the aggro of a Vala, for example, if you don't have the hidden tiles, because this is the first time we had so many hidden tiles in a formation. So that is my first team. Let's take a look at the second team. So the second team, this is completely taken from KaiitZ. However, he was running a Rainier instead of Granny. So he was running a Rainier, and I felt like Rainier is probably not the best option, especially in this formation, because there are not that many symmetrical tiles. And anyway, I don't like Rainier that much as a hero on defense for sure. But in the invisibility tiles, you can definitely pull off some surprise tactics, but this worked out really well for me. Basically, you have double threat, Vala and Sylvina both, and Sylvina protected by the lightning spell. This is another thing I realized. Even though you have much lower power on your numbers when you equip the non-seasonal artifacts, like for example almost 2 billion less damage or power, but in lightning spell and confining spell have such powerful effects that they can win you the fight. No, so basically Sylvina is immune to crowd control, and she also will have bonus attack speed to try and kill a priority target. Vala should be targeting kind of a similar target, and because Vala's on the invisible tile, they have no idea that I even have a Vala here, so they may just place heroes in these back 2 tiles which are susceptible to Vala. Apart from that, we're just trying to fill out the factional synergies. We have strong heroes like Granny as a tank, Iron for crowd control, and Haywin for great sustain. And I really like this double threat with hidden in the tiles is really strong. And now looking at the final team, this was taken from KaiitZ entirely. I copied this team entirely, and I wanted, so in this one, because you have this buff tile, you want to make use of that with your key damage carry. And I tried different teams, for example, a full crowd control type team in here, but in that I was using like Granny, Iron, and there was no protection for the Carolina on this slot, so she would get killed too easily. So really, if you're gonna put a key damage carry in this slot, you want to have Thorn Soul Pact it, and ideally even Scarlita to protect if she gets targeted somehow, because this is a very susceptible position for a damage dealer. So with the Soul Pact and the protection from Scarlita and the heals from Damien, basically Carolina becomes invincible almost, and she's able to get off full value from this tile. Thorin can also run into the front of the team, right into their face, which is not a position that the opponent wants Thorin in. And so Thorin can get off a lot of value there. He can even counter Diona-like teams by running up to the front line of Diona. And we have Igor. So I've never run Igor on defense, even though I have him as Supreme Plus, and that is going to change. I feel like he is a really good option for Graveborn type teams. It's definitely Stroll teams. And when Ludovic comes out, who's a Graveborn healer who seems really strong, I definitely think Igor is going to be meta. And honestly, I'm probably going to get him to Paragon 1 and begin buying him from the arena shop because he is purchasable from that. But definitely get him to Supreme Plus. That is going to be really good for you. And he's only at +8 exclusive equipment for the stats, but I don't even have him at +10. I don't know if I'll take him there eventually. Maybe I will. But yeah, this is a very Stroll type team with a lot of damage threats. And the other advantage of Igor is he is the prime protection against Vala. I tried to position him in a way that if Vala goes on this tile, maybe she'll target Igor, but I don't know exactly how it works. If it will maybe still target Carolina. Because if you have a hero, for example, up here, then this hero on this tile will be targeting Carolina, I believe, and you don't want that to happen. So I tried to position Igor to try and protect against that, and we have Confining Spell, again for the utility. So Confining Spell and Lightning Spell, probably you always want to run these on your defenses. Before I didn't run them because I was like, let's go for stats, let's go for high numbers, but I think these effects are just too powerful to miss out on, and you should try to run them on your defenses and make good use of them. And I really like the Cascade spell, getting that energy generation quickly. All of the artifacts basically we have equipped have a really crucial effect that without them, your team will not perform. The other key artifacts, like, you know, we have leveled up the Evocation spell, Quick Blade spell. These are great for Dream Realm, getting off consistent damage, but for these fights where you need to get off the ultimate first, you need to lock down the enemy just for an extra few seconds, or you need to prevent yourself from being crowd controlled, then these other artifacts are just going to be better. So that was basically my defense lineup, and I'm again quite surprised by how well it did. It even managed to beat someone who kept attacking into it, so they knew what my lineups were, and they could defeat, or maybe they just got really close to clearing me and they just needed luck for it, and that's why they kept trying. But Tsubaki is a top ranking player, and if your defense can hold against any top ranking player attack, then you know it is a pretty strong defense. As you can tell, he has also Paragon 1 heroes like we do, and so if you can hold against that, that's really strong. He did go for a diagonal comp with Scarlita on the final team. I wonder his positioning. Did he go for diagonal? No, he went for Scarlita in the buff tile. Yeah, Thorin in the face of diagonal, I thought this might be enough. But it will come down also a bit to RNG, but he has the Haywin for the incredible stall with Scarlita. Scarlita plus Haywin is such a deadly combo. I run that in my non-seasonal arena defense, and it's really strong. But all in all, I do like this team. It didn't do well there, but overall I think it is a pretty strong version of a team you can run for formations like that. We can take a look at some other defenses that other people are running. For example, Tsubaki is running his diagonal on that final team. I don't know, does Scarlita get the effects of that buff? It gives you attack speed on the buff tile by 20. Oh no, okay, it lasts for the whole fight. Then it will affect Scarlita, and she is a good target you can put there. Yeah, especially this is a smart idea because you're like, I don't want to compromise my position by putting a key damage dealer up there. I'll just put Scarlita there, she will get the value from it. And Scarlita, yeah, is a great target for any buffing in terms of attack speed, life drain, damage. A really good option. And if we take a look at some of his, well, we can't see the other formations, so we'll leave those for right now. And taking a look at Svoker's defense, I really like his final third defense, which he's running here. I think it is really strong because it counters any Vala type shenanigans on offense because he has Brutus in the back. He doesn't have Smokey here, which is again kind of similar to what I talked about in my video yesterday on the arena offenses. If you're going for just that burst and trying to, and the fight doesn't last for very long, not having Smokey is kind of a better thing to have, like more tanking protection from Vala, and you have the Shakir, and especially if you have 3 melee units with Shakir, buffing them up, reducing the damage taken, and also increasing the haste and even attack buff with level ups on his exclusive equipment, then this is a very strong team. So I like this team a lot. You can't really, like, I mean, you could try to Rainier swap the OD and kill him quickly, but even then Brutus, Shakir, and Tandra together with Coco buffing them up is difficult to even take down, and they can work down your entire team. So very strong team. Shakir makes pretty good use of this buff tile because his bonus attack speed and life drain makes him even more difficult to kill and deal even more damage, and he'll just run up to wherever Antandra or Brutus go because he has such high movement speed anyway. and he's gone for the evocation spell. So there's an example of a defense where he's just gone for the highest stat artifacts, and this is what I was previously doing. But I like this defense a lot, and it's another really viable option. So for example, we could also switch things around a bit. We could move this and try that Svoker formation that he has, and then we could use our, I don't know, we would probably want to do a Carolina nuke, Iron nuke type team in team 1, and then team 2 could be a tanky Stroll type Scarlita team. If you have Scarlita, if you don't have Scarlita, it would be just tanky, maybe Graveborn Stroll with Igor, or even Floribel type Wilder Stroll. Something like that. But, and again, for Stroll, like usually the Light Tail spell is good, or the Stormcaller spell, and that's what he was running on his second defense. But that is pretty much it for this video. I hope it was a bit helpful and it gave you some cool different team comps you can try. And again, it's really difficult to tell which are the strongest defenses you can run, because everything kind of counters everyone's offense in a different way. So like, even though we had a lot of defense successes, it might just be that we countered those specific people better with these defenses, but overall they might not be the strongest, because like we mentioned, we just saw two really other good options, and especially Svoker is one that everyone will be able to run a team like this, because it's basically the Mauler team. Quite easy to obtain, but the Diurnal team is much more difficult. You would have to build up Diurnal to run something like this, but it's kind of just like a Scarlita Stroll team. With Diurnal, you could swap out Diurnal for any other, even Carolina here, for example, or yeah, pretty much anything, just stalling out and having people get killed by Scarlita. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's going to be it for this one. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, because we upload daily AFK journey videos. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now, and thank you for watching.